Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Republic of Amalfi here on the Lord Master channel. Well, the old man finally croaked, as some people would say. My father, Doge Landar, the philosopher crusader, died a natural death, despite losing a leg by getting shot in the air by an arrow, and then took a spear to the face which made him disfigured. But he lived. Only to die naturally. I mean, it happened in 1030 for Zine, my mother, and then it's less than 2 years later that it was Landar's turn for him to pass away. Speaking of turns, now it's my turn. I am Doge Sico of Crete. Despite the title, I do not hold Crete. That is separated by two patricians. So yes, I am a Doge who serves under Doge Agathonikos, the Shadow. Yes, a Doge serving a Doge. I know it gets pretty confusing, but... So for now, we'll be referred to Doge of Crete versus, Doge of Amalfi. That's how we distinguish from one another. Because apparently, in the, either the Langobard culture or, actually, no, they do the same thing. Nobody ever uses the Most Serene Republic title in the HIP. Guess they just don't want to proclaim superiority. As if all republics are equal. All republics are equal, my eye. The Goose has been making gains at our expense. And I want to have those gains too. The Goose even has a presence there. And in Varletta. And one day, we gotta rebuild an alliance. But I cannot do that because we do not have a non-aggression pact with them. But once they marry next year, things will improve upon. What now? As Doge Sico, I am 40 years old. Not bad for a starting age. For the start of the rule, even though it's been a long time coming. Mastermind theologian, I'm a cavalryman, a formidable fighter. I'm also a Chinese philosopher, which I attained considerable knowledge in the philosophy of the Far East, as I'm a imperial graduate. Graduated from the Gozujian and has passed the imperial examination at a provincial level, which will help me. Also a veteran crusader, I'm an Aristotelian, no longer Confucian. Plus, I am stubborn, diligent, erudite, gregarious, and humble. So I'm mostly good. Mostly good. But the only weak point I have is the intrigue. And that's something I actually want to do first. Improve on the intrigue. As we want to build up the war chest for starters. Just start making money and start spying on somebody. And my wife has been good to me. Despite if I got pushed too hard, but don't worry. She really likes me. And we're fellow members of the Hermetic Society. Hey, what say you that you will remain the apprentice? Because that's what my father did for you. Made you an apprentice, and now you will be my apprentice. I'll invite her to stargazing. Just another thing for starters. I got lots of friends. Some old friends in the academy. But only have one rival. The Lord of Litomice, Praha, and Hradec Klaulovi. Yes, that's it. But there's no reason to go up against them. Now the real question is, who dislikes me the most? As far as opinion towards me is concerned, my opinion of it. Of course, the Pocarios, which we're still a feuding family to this day. Well, I don't know about that, because the intrigue is rather... Actually need to start somebody low. Hatred for me. Do you now? Oh, I know you're a lunatic, but... Cruel, arbitrary, envious. Clearly you're a bad man, so I'll spy on you first. I do not forget where to put the council together. The Bishop of Vassal. Then the Marshal will be Saxo. The Steward will be the Bishop of Nola. The Spymaster, before he leaves for the Land Empire, will be Lupus. And my court champion will be him. Do have a court physician in the Bishop of Vassal. I'll make my daughter-in-law designated regent, which is rather unusual. Apparently my capital is in Adversa, not Acera. I feel more comfortable at home in Acera. Because technology spread, that's why. But rather save it up for Amalfi. Whenever I get elected. Okay, which one of these provinces is less stable? This is Serene Province. Versa is not as stable. So, at first sight it is. Of course, Treasury Guard to guard my things. That'll be under Saxo. Hey, save your money to build up your war chest. Although, as the Doge of Crete, I can get Crete back. I don't have to fight for trade posts, we could fight for territory. But unfortunately, he's got friends. And this one does not. As I said, as Doge of Crete, but I do not hold Crete itself. While Acera isn't as valuable, but I do own a trade post in Canea. And but it is a peaceful province, whereas on the other side of the island, rebellious. I'm not saying that I want to establish myself in Crete to make it my own home, but otherwise, that'd be too many holdings for me to take. Just give me the city and I'll run with it. And the baronies will be ran by barons. Langobard barons. So don't give me any ideas if I want to fight wars against other patricians for the land of Crete, the island of Crete. But if you're going to spend little, focus on some business. Silk Weavers of wait. You wanted to improve on your intrigue, so I suggest you go for something that'll help with your intrigue. There it is. Chestnut Farms of Scala. Let's get this over with. I'll keep an eye on Tassilo. And you want me to be a commander? Yes, I will. Because I want to be elected. And since you like me well enough, well, if I want to influence my election, influence the election, and so that way I can win. I ain't ambitious, but opinion, I am not really ambitious. But I am focusing on intrigue. So let's start with that. Although I will pick up the arbitrary trait for this, but Father said I was destined to run the Republic. And by God I will. Not this old goof. Powermonger. But he's 65, so he's expected to pass. Whereas he could die at any time because of the gonorrhea. It'll get the best of him. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Spend a little money and I will be arbitrary. Hopefully that trait will go away soon afterward. If not, then okay, it went away, thank God. The rector of the Gozajian has sent you a beautifully illuminated manuscript in honor of your recent accession to the throne. Most fitting present. 36 stratagems. Here it is. The 36 stratagems is a Chinese essay to illustrate military tactics. It treats the stratagems for winning, dealing with the enemy, attacking, chaos, approximate, and desperation. Need more study books. Oh boy. Okay. Take revenge on him. Sure. What are you doing? Oh, this is a defensive war. Started by him. It's overconfident. But I will be serving in the army. Rigged elections. I offer him a very nice painting that cost me precisely 30 gold. Doge Agathonios of Amalfi winked at me and accepted any suggestion the next election would be rigged in my favor. Of course, the Doge stated what he wanted for that to happen. Monte Sant'Angelo. That's what makes us valuable over there. I made a few investments in that area. Well, you can always have it back. By any means. Okay, so by seating whatever the Doges are questioning, say substantial increase in my prestige, representing an increase in the respect needed to win for the next election for Doge. The chances of getting more or less prestige directly influenced by the intrigue stat of the Doge. There's a 60% chance that I will have 1,000 more prestige, 27% chance that I will have 800 prestige, 13,600. So let's see it. Gained 1,000. But it's not enough. So okay, I gave that trade post away, but I need that back. Why not? Has the opinion of seized trade posts. Well, what happens if, why on earth would I do that? I think I got a low end on that. And he's getting too much. But I fear he'll use that as an excuse to start a war in the future, but we're such good friends. My guest, my wife, has finally arrived. Been looking forward to two of us getting together and review the work of each other. There's still some time before nightfall. I have a few suggestions how we could spend the time. I have a perfect location in mind. Show the guest a nearby location to use for the coming night. They walked to the hill of my choice not far away. Once there, took a moment to look at the hill and the sky above. This hill should suit our needs perfectly, I think, she said while nodding approvingly. We quickly decided on where to set up in order to be able to see as much as possible. It is all about location, location, location. The night's almost upon us, and the first stars are finally making themselves visible in the sky outside. Let's tell her it is time. Time to see if we can uncover new secrets. We ought to get ready. Oh god, I'm fighting in this battle. Oh god, we are marching through the desert when one of my officers mutters, "One time back in Sarah, I'm giving up this soldiering life, and maybe I will be a baker." I chuckled, considering my own more strategic aspirations. What about you, my lord? What would you focus on in the future? Why, as the cavalryman, logistics and organization, my good man. We move things faster. We spent hours observing the stars, trying to look for anything out of the ordinary. Neither nor I has made any noticeable progress so far. With most of the night gone already, it's unlikely we'll accomplish much more. What a disappointing night. After spending the night together, I feel like we've come quite close. We've seen and complement each other perfectly, and above us, we're really having a good time. The Knights of St. John. A decree has been issued confirming the formation of a new religious military order, Knights of St. John. The knights who have already protected and cared for the sick pilgrims of Jerusalem for some time. Now the full weight of the Catholic Church is behind them. Pious Catholic rulers may call on their support in wars against heretics and heathens, but they will not fight those of their own faith. Pro vade pro utilitate hominum. The Teutonic Order. The Order of the Brothers of the German House of St. Mary in Jerusalem has been formed. Sponsored by the Catholic Church and the Holy Roman Emperor, the Teutonic Order, much like the Knights of St. John and the Knights Templar, primarily protect and care for the pilgrims of the Holy to the Holy Land. They will serve any Catholic ruler willing to pay for the upkeep. Being a religious order, they will only fight heretics and infidels. Have fun, Warren, Highland. Leading the charge. Time really do fly when I'm having fun. We did not make any sort of noticeable progress in our attempted research, but the night was spent in good company, making it feel much less of this point. Progress or not, I've had a great time. During a hunt of my kinsman, I am struck by the beauty of the white stag. However, that joy is short-lived as the magnificent beast charges at me. I am suddenly reminded of the wonderful vision I had. I attempt to stare the beast down. To my surprise, it has no effect. "Protect the Doge," I hear. Before the sound of a flying arrow cuts short, I groan. It hurts, and my vision could be so wrong. Oh my god, I'm going to be severely injured and maimed. I just got shot in the hand. I am severely injured on one hand, but I'm a formidable fighter still. And I got a handgun too. I'm going to combat wounded. And they're making me so. But in case if I do die, you're going to be the man in charge, but at least you're the military man here. And not a member of any society at the moment. but let's look at the other candidates. Doesn't need there. Just in case if something bad happens to me. I'm not choosing Lupus because he's going to be Emperor soon. Not choosing Tassilo because he's a good for nothing. The other children, don't know. Don't know much. Oh god, what have I got myself into? Oh, wait a minute, the army I'm actually leading is the one with 8. It's a retinue of knights. Things are going well when I suddenly hear an embarrassment nearby, spinning my sword ready with my left hand. I see the enemy, Mudwa, or Muad, awkwardly attempted to climb up a dried up tree trunk. I think he's trying to escape the battle, my lord. The soldier next to me muses. This guy's been in a few duels. Hey, lost my hand? Well, let me use my left. I'll chase through the desert when Podessa, Bedoin shoved me aside, bugging. I'll take this one while he clumsily swinging his axe. How chivalrous. You killed him. Good job. What a way to start off that episode, huh? Crippled already because of the vision that I had. Like, keep in mind, this was a defensive war. War chest built. When this is over, I will groom the going after it. Engaging the enemy. The rainy weather is getting to me. Turning to the sky. Is it really rainy here? No, no indication, but just text. Take a deep breath. The pompous soldiers of Emir Hamad have been sending their best at me, and my limbs are becoming heavy with each step I take. I don't think so. I'll deal with myself. My gun felt like an extension of my arm, and many of the eyes saw full of apprehension. I moved purposefully and brought my gun down upon him. Fended off the first blow, but not the second. Once it's done, I roar in victory. So does that mean I shot him with my gun, or I whacked him with it? Because keep in mind, it's a handgun. It's a hand cannon. It's just a dead metal barrel. But I like how it says gun instead of handgun. So yeah, shot him in the face, one would think. If I didn't have that handgun with me, that'd be the end of me. Oh, stay back the whole damn long. No longer severely injured. But now I'm just only missing a hand. Well, let me perform scrying. I want to know what will happen to me as Doge. See a strange patterns. No way to watch triangles. Damnation, this is clearly a bad omen. As always. Always with my bad omens. Yeah, that war is over. Now I'll finally become the Magus. Oh, what the hell is this? Great Gaetan Amalfi ended your holding war in the Senate. This is an attacking war. In the Senate. Oh yeah, they want that back. Because we have the commune of Lipari. So she isn't too pleased about that. And you know that he's gonna have mercenaries. Nice. Well, those bastards of Ragusa have done it. They've made themselves known here. Of course they would be doing something like that. But you know what? That makes me mad. Makes you want to seize one of the cities. I'm looking for the one that's in Puglia area. But you do not have a presence there. Unless you want to fabricate a claim. Plus, she's just 14, you bastards. I'm surprised that there's not a casus belli that involves, you know, doing the whole, you know, let's free the prisoners, free captives war. Because I would do that in a heartbeat. But they'll soon free her. I don't think they're that civilized. I mean, this isn't the Eastern ways. This isn't the Middle East nor India. They don't take other people's. Look, sanity will prevail. It will be returned. Anyways, at first I thought I was a great teacher, but now it's obvious that his mind, Corvallis, is already better than most at many things and beats everyone around him in any game. Mind is quick. It's in my family's blood. Okay, there might be some potential for you. Italy in revolt. And it's going to be one for diplomacy. Dungeon. She can't handle the dungeon. You better free her right now. Why don't you just pay for her ransom? Okay, thank you. Otherwise, I would have done something about it. Wow, strong, sturdy one. You know, if she wanted it to, she could have broke herself out of there. Good tidings. Due to the recent expansion of Republic's holdings, it was a great satisfaction that we won the lottery, deciding the destiny of the new territory. Really? What new territory? Do I have Crete now? No. What the hell did you give me? Shit. What done? Oh, it's one of these guys that probably did it. The conquest of Sirt and his befits a virtuous republic it is the time to split the spoils of war among the patricians. As the victor, I receive the plaudits and recognition for my contributions to the growth of the republic. Meanwhile, lotteries to organize which family will take possession. No. Suspense builds. We won the lottery. Okay, clearly there's a... Okay, stop that. How many are there? There! It went away. Okay, again, this is part of the Dark Ages mod for Merchant Republic. Hey. So yeah, we split it among the patrician families, so we gave it to them. Hey, you're the one responsible for winning Tripoli. I didn't want to hold that area. But thanks for the money. And I will use that said money to throw that into the campaign fund. And the Doge remains in hiding. Actually, he's not only in hiding, but he's also clinically insane. And he's got gonorrhea. He's not going to be around for long, and I will be elected Doge soon. But in the meantime, I will choose the Hermetic Art. I've been with the Hermetics for some time, and yet I have not been able to contemplate enough all 3 arts. If I were to focus on the arts, I might further increase my understanding, but which art I should choose? I would go for astrology and study the stars. And that's what the writing the Magnum Opus is going to be. Just following my father's legacy. Oh, look. As I said, one day, give me that trade post in Monte Sant'Angelo back. Has opinion of seized trade post. Plus it's a feuding family. But I only did this because I want to win the election. Secluded at my writing desk, quill in hand and plenty of bottle of ink nearby, find myself staring down upon the blank parchment. The sheer scale of the task upon which I'm about to embark dawns upon me. I need to record my knowledge, but also hide it from those who are unworthy. It will take a great deal of time and effort, but it will be glorious. as I threw all that money there. There are many ways how one may reveal the secrets behind the movement of stars, celestial bodies. I could set up the needed equipment to study them myself. Alternatively, I could look at the existing research of known authors and researchers. Oh, I don't have the money right now, but looking at the work of art of others is a good start. Tell me about the stars. No, not now. Not in the mood for that. I'll skip that mission. I'm currently writing a Magnum Opus. Created the Republic of Crete. Saxo is getting older. Soon he will be ready for a presentation at the Cretan court. Watching him these days, I can't help but wonder if some intervention would do wonders in making him a little more like myself. I'll let him be for now. I forgot about this. Introduced him to the realm. We got a Cardinal. He picked up the stewardship. Standing outside, gazing upon the night sky is invigorating. I yet to fully grasp the secrets hidden from me, knowing that I could find a meaning behind the stars. I refuse to give up. Time will tell if I am worthy. Giving me even higher learning skill, the highest of the high. Oh gosh, the niece and the son now. They're mad at each other. Who started that? Can't you all just get along? Anything for him. Once again, intrigue is not his thing. I think you may have picked up on it. Focus on the writing of astrology. That's what I want to focus on. Picked it up. That's how I would give it to you, but no, give it to Saxo. He'll go off on a journey to China. Which means I didn't finish the thing. Perhaps I should have done that, but you did it for the prestige game. Not to mention he was the marshal. Excuse me. When is your birthday? Oh, next month. I made ample headway in recording my knowledge on the subject of stars and planets, but it's still too vast to touch upon all that makes up astrology. It would be necessary to focus all of my efforts even further, and to write on only one of astrology's aspects. I'll focus on the planets. Since Father did the stars, now it's the planets and their motion to the stars reveal clues about both the mind of God as well as the personalities of individuals. How much? Okay, I'll accept that. As much as a skill fighter he is, as much as I want to make him a military man, but I've yet to see anyone with stewardship education. I want to see that. But if he's good enough for me, I might make him designated there instead, because he's got a quick mind. It would be nice. Get away stewardship. Because I've yet to play as a character who has a stewardship education and yet to do the Great Trade League thing. That's the reason why. A wealthy local noble is looking to escape the consequences of several indiscretion on his part against a female member of the Polcarios family. He has offered to pay handsomely for the passage on one of my ships to a foreign port where he can hopefully lay low for a few years. Of course, make the arrangement. He's gonorrhea. The pronounced lunatic. Hurry up and die. Let's go spy on someone else. How about her? Even though he's married to Lupus, the future emperor. Oh yes, it did happen. It did conquer it, and now it's gonna take Messenia. But unfortunately, this is part of the Republic still. But he's feudal. We could work together, you and I. How much? 6. I got an idea. Just trying to improve relations with him a little. Make him like us so much that we'll go for an alliance. It is done. It is finished. After a year of sweat and toil, I've managed to produce a grand work on planetary astrology. This tome shall stand these tests of the ages. Surely my knowledge and name shall conquer time itself. It will serve my successors well, and perhaps will one day be able to add their knowledge to mine. The will of God is revealed in the movements of the planets, adding even more prestige and the likability of being elected. As soon as that brother-in-law dies. Because I kind of want to murder him right now, but his intrigue is too high. So I think he would best me. So I wouldn't do that. There's something different about Saxo. As he discusses his travels to the Tang Empire, he speaks passionately about the food of the Middle Kingdom, including delicious shellfish, vegetables, fruit, sweetmeats. Oh my lord, you must go let me back. You want to live in China instead of here? No, you are better served in the military here. But I'll just say this. Oh, Saxo, surely you don't mean that. So he'll be disgruntled at me. But still get the grace. Hamdan Holy War for Tripoli. Duchy of Tripoli. As a whole. That's a sizable force. In which hopefully the Amalfian military can handle that. Of all these mercenaries hired and holy orders. In fact, not all of them could be mercenaries. It could be hired holy orders. Let me see that. Nope, definitely mercenaries. You know, one day they're gonna call for a jihad against, you know, against that area. The PBC will come to the defense, clean Kapoa. Bari. You, God, you're not good at anything except maybe intrigue. Adol Grima. Which is Nice. Adol Grima. Stewardship. Serene Province. Decided to go that way to Alexandria. Still have that trade post there. My knowledge of philosophy has convinced me that I should write a book to show my very own views. Well, I am a Chinese philosopher. So, let's see how this goes. In my free time, writing a book about Chinese philosophy. The most notable thing about my spies have reported that Mendocini's is lack of regard for Catholic faith. Indeed, her cynical comments are well known. And it would be a simple matter to inflame the rumors and ruin her reputation forever. Yeah, the future empress. Yeah, spread the rumors. Perform scrying again. Want to know about the battles to come. Concentrate for a long time, staring at the water, almost have time down myself, but then I see it. Faint ripples, a shadow or two. It looks like fire, and a sword. Yep! It's a bad omen. This is gonna end well. If I get injured again. Papal forces are assisting Amalfi. But, oh dude, this is what I feared. They either may start a jihad for Africa, or Sicily. Not Jerusalem, because it's too little. It could be anybody. At this, what the... The Bula? Those guys? The Kanabula. Oh, this is where they came from. Well, how on the bleeping earth did they... And a better question is, how did they tuck Sardinia? Now it's not far from Rome. This is a tyranny war, folks. reigning in Bilar. And yes, this is the same dynasty that runs the Peloponnese, which I'm looking to build relations with, because if they ever fight an independence war, I would support them. The Arsia, a group of Khazars formed themselves to a military order taking the name of the Arsia. Originally mercenaries in service to the Khazar Khanate, the Arsia sworn to never fight fellow Muslims and formed an important part of the Khazar military. Now reborn, they're ready to serve Sunni lords against their religious enemies. Mystics, soldiers. The Bektashi order, a Sufi sect of dervishes, has arisen under the leadership of a certain Haji Bektash Wali, a mystic from Khorasan, striving for unity of being. Bektashis train the soul through meditation and contemplation of the inner meaning of the Quran. The Bektashi order is warlike and especially popular among Sunni Muslim soldiers. The order is sworn to protect Islam and to combat infidels and polytheists of all kinds. We're in trouble if we don't get your act together and deal with the Tripoli affair. Everybody's joining up. Finally, after several months, I finished my book. It is being widely praised as scholars as my inspired work. Wrote an interesting philosophical work, but not a physical book. That would be in the treasury. It's truly an honor to have you here for a while. Let's begin negotiating. I just discovered that after my visit, Vitam has decided to adopt my own lifestyle. Well, in addition to being an adventurer, you're a scholar too. Alright. Let's negotiate. If you think I'd let any vassal of my support factions conspire against me without taking action, you are sorely mistaken. If you value your wretched life, you will swear not to form any faction. There's no shame in backing down over this. They do mean to hold at Tripoli. If they do indeed conquer all these holdings, then we would lose our presence in North Africa, which I don't mind. Never really want that area. But we're on our way to take it back. Successful meeting. After sitting down with the delegation led by Chief Vitam of Agaya, it was with relief that I found plenty of common ground with the other side. We're both eager to sign a non-aggression pact. Security above everything else. Hopefully we'll get an alliance together. We will engage the enemy soon. And we shall. In Misrat. Captain of one of my trade guys fished out of the water by a ship working for the Moro family last week. Starved and half mad from scurvy, the captain reports that his crew mutinied and tossed him overboard and decided on life piracy. My ship and cargo lost. But what's not lost is the war. You know, nobody bothered with this. you can't build that because not owned by the other merchant republic. That's why I need them to be independent. Hey, this area has not been taken. This is Varia. It's Latin Empire territory. Hey, borrow money from the Jews. Build a trade post here. There's some value in that. Okay, he's in the middle of the Holy War. It's not a jihad, just some other holy war, which a bunch of Orthodox countries will get together. As the sun sets, my child asks me to tell a bedtime story. Which story comes to mind? The story of Saint whomever. Alright, we liberated this territory. I am told by the educators that my son Corvalius remains interested in diplomacy. I wasn't aware of that. Turn my eyes upwards, give son on defense. Actually, I think the stars have something else in store for my son. He's meant to be for stewardship. Yes. Yes. Yeah, wrong government type, do not like each other and all that. At least I haven't tried to revoke you yet. That's why I'm trying to get in alliance with you as quickly as possible. Unusual alliance, but messages delivered to me by Benedictine monk. My ancestor made an impact on them. I would like to extend our hand in a friendship. If you so wish, you could settle. They will settle some of their monks and etc. Talk to the locals about spreading the faithful message of God. A donation to help them might be made. See the difference? This is for 5 years and this is for 15 years. Yes. Every little bit helps. Thank you. Tassel. Not tassel, but tassel. Nah, keep swinging up until the alliance is made. Yeah, I might make him designated heir instead. Even though he's not yet fully educated yet. Only because of his quick mind rather than Saxo with that and all that. I was getting some shampoo made from the juice of a plant called the Kaffir lime. It is quite popular in the Orient and is said to be effective against lice, dandruff, and other things that might bother the hair and scalp. Perhaps my spouse might like this? Oh. Cafe lime shampoo. Roman peasant revolt. What did you do to piss these people off? Restless peasant unrest, rebels funded. Oh, someone else must have done it. So there she is, but she's frail due to that learning education idolizer thing. It's one of the chances. I feared that this was gonna come. Marzia are so tall and handsome. I'm so proud I should get her a proper match to pass on the genes. Hey. You hardly have any status of women in the Republic of Crete. Women could be spy masters now. "100% war score. Amalfi has saved Tripoli." Okay, they won their defensive war because he lost his army. I'm sure when it recovers, then Marzia is also bright. She's tall and bright. Amalfi peasant revolt. Is Amalfi really that troublesome? Restless and rebels funded. Yeah, clearly is. Calabrian, another defensive war. My goodness, Amalfi can't catch a break, can it? This one is they want their city back. Constant warfare. Constant warfare. And every time I fight out on the front lines, I get more prestige this way, along with the other things. But again, strongly considering naming Corvolius as, well, not all hope is lost. Dull is not a passable trait. Master, I feel that we're both held back by the lack of proper office of alchemy. If we are to uncover the secrets of Hermes and thrice blessed, we will need the proper tools and workspace. Unless you build a laboratory, our work will fade into obscurity. You got it. I got the money for that. Also pay back to the money lenders since you've had this money for a while. A truly useful laboratory could take both time and money to assemble. Without an office dedicated to alchemy, I doubt I'll be able to unveil the deeper secrets of the world. For science. Uh-oh. Secrecy is of great importance as the experiments I will perform in my laboratory may both frighten the ignorant and tantalize my fellow alchemists. To keep intruders away, laboratories often built deep within a castle, but a more accessible building would likely be more efficient. Well, let us build an efficient and accessible office of research, so the plans for my laboratory will be only dictated by what is most efficient, but my secrets will not be as well guarded. Amalfi lost this battle. Not enough morale, that's why. guys doing? In order to properly heat and transfer metals or other substances, I require furnaces of differing temperature and flames of different types. The alchemical texts speak of various setups that could be beneficial. I will aim higher than any of those that come before me. Sico will build an experimental setup with many furnaces, bases, other contraptions as reasonably befitting. Oh God, don't die. I need you. You could be a good potential candidate, otherwise we're going to be stuck with Saxo. Because I want a man with stewardship, despite his dull-mindedness. But who's going to stop him? And more ships to land here. They take up the hills. The glass in which I keep my concoction is brittle and breaks easily. This may be tolerable for beakers and other dispensable glasses, but earlier today a giant Olympic shattered into 1,000 pieces after I've been heated carelessly by one of my helpers. We must only buy the most expensive durable glass. Now it will spend to ensure all glass in its laboratory is durable and as clear as possible. Peasant revolt in Rome, peasant revolt in Tuscany, Imperial French anti-papal war. To the ignorant, laboratory equipment can appear both frightening and alien. Word has gotten out that some unusual contraptions have been built in my laboratory. Small mobs have been assembled outside, demanding answers why I'm constructing so clearly ungodly things. Why listen to rabble? Upon the conclusion of a long council meeting, I decided to make a toast. Of course, one toast eventually becomes many, and time seems slippery. Later, as I leave the council chamber, I stumbled upon my face. I could feel the taste of blood in my mouth and dizziness setting in. You know what? Just in case. No need to draw attention to myself, I think. Just got wounded. Thought I was gonna die, to be honest. Let's groom Cavolius. Whenever he gets well soon. Top of the morning and nothing to report. The guard told me as I made a few rounds around my garden. Continue as you were. Sometimes the difference identifying success can be as hard as achievement. Many metals and other substances are so alike that only an expert can tell them apart. To avoid mishaps, perhaps it would be best to invest in a rich library to reference literature to avoid unwelcome surprises. My librarian shall not rest until we have such a collection, and will ensure the success of his future experiments by assembling a reference library for all occasions. Achaean conquest of Attica. Hey, you need some help? Well, I'm a man of diplomacy, diligent. Let me see, I am gregarious, yes. Got a pretty high diplomacy stat. So let's adopt a friendly and intimate attitude, despite the faith differences. Pisa. How long have you been allies? Renegotiation, non-aggression pact, that's why. Local smiths do not seem to appreciate the great care that must be taken to create the kind of tools we need to work the fires of the laboratory. Perhaps in time they will learn that the results have been most disappointing. Hmm. Must import the tools you need. Import alchemical tools from the master smiths that are best skilled to make. Not all pottery is suited for the kind of alchemical work I do. My experiments require both the opponent's orange pottery that can absorb components in a crucible and in the dark and highly fire-resistant pots which even the strongest metal can be melted. Good quality does come at a high price, however. Only the best will be good enough, so we'll now tolerate the best of the imported pottery from the master potters. Alright, good news. Cavolius, you're a man now. You may be young, but I'd rather see you join the Great Trade League, which I will make you trade master as soon as you grow up. Diplomatic negotiations went very well, soon became apparent a good deal to be made. Left the meeting in good spirits. Looking forward to the future collaboration of Chief Vatam of Achaea. The deal is sealed for the next 5 years. If you need any help, I'll help you, even if it's conquests against Greece. I mean, you have the objective, but taking the capital, if you manage to take that capital of Thebes, then you will highly likely capture the boy and you will win the war. And should you ever fight in an independence war against that cursed republic, I would help you. Corvallis has been attentively watching me during court. Indeed, some of my counsels suggest he picked up a number of my mannerisms. So now he's stubborn, just like me. As the hours go by, I notice Corvallis' mood starting to drop. So obviously trying his best to impress the visiting Vassal, but is evidently tearing at him. Hopefully this slump in his mood will pass soon. Now, there's still more vassals to greet. Son, oh god, I don't have ingredients. I'm sure we'll find useful materials in the marketplace. See if we can find something. Get the ingredients before my boy kills himself. This is for more learning for him. So he's good enough to write a book for himself. Ambition of a Doge. After months of hard work and a considerable amount of money spent, the laboratory of Sico Urso is an envy of anyone who wishes to delve into the deepest secrets of life. This office of alchemy allows the Doge to perform any experiment that's so far been documented and is tested to his great ambition of you. As above, so below. My new laboratory is the envy of both those that now live and all that came before me. I dare say even Hermes the thrice blessed himself would be impressed by the setup I now employ to uncover the hidden secrets of matter and spirit. My work has just begun. Oh gosh. Hope for any good things. He dropped one diplomacy. Come on, man. Nice Kotani. Okay. Sturdy, shrewd, and patient. And this is Lupus, son of Lupus. You'll be a mighty warrior. Latin Empire, and wants to fight an embargo war against Dubrovnik. Republic of Crete to be exact. But it looks like he's managing this war himself. He is the Sico of the Republic. You have no children, do you? No, he doesn't. Oh, gosh. Didn't you give him something? Hope for any good things. He dropped one, Marshal. How did we end up with so many things? Okay, let me brew you a potion. A splash of aqua or gale, perhaps the best option. Nuremberg. Good God, this war keeps on escalating. I brewed a potion just like the entire recipe dictated. Corvallis, gratefully accepted my help and drank like a cock so I could see the change in him. Not a light returned to his eyes. There you go, Corvallis. All better now. Hopefully you pick up Doge and hopefully you don't become stressed. And this time he picked up a bit of intrigue. A while back I sentenced the commoner to death for a heinous crime. Today I've learned that he was actually framed by a rival. Though I've arrested and ordered execution of this rival, the wrongful execution is a man to stain on my honor and the abilities of ruler. Not good news. Well, I've done my best to groom him to where we are. Oh, what the hell's... Okay, two things that just happened. One, he died of gonorrhea, finally. And two, I am elected to be the next Doge of Amalfi. And they call me the Scholar. From the philosopher to the scholar. And that's good to know. And all that. While I got a dummy for a son, but however he's quick. But the combination of dull and quick, that just means he's just bright. So, he ain't that dumb. And he wants Tripoli. You know, ever since we came here, it's been a troubling place, to be honest. I actually want to surrender to them. Because I don't want to fight a war that involves a lot of, you know, chaos and whatnot. Plus, that's another front line to cover. And I'd rather have Chief Vitam with something. As now we have this alliance. Not to mention fellow scholar. How fitting. His place of residence is going to be in Rhodes. Ever since we kicked him out of Cornef, so we moved to the Dokkan. Rhodos. How fitting. And that's a Republican liability to him. So anyways, here's what we're gonna do. You are going to surrender Tripoli. Ever since we've established ourselves here and these trade posts here, none of which I possess, it's been a place of trouble. Only us, with only the conversions had been very, very negligible, especially ran by the Orthodox. While some became Longobards, adopting our culture and way of life because we got rid of the Greek element around here. So yes, I'm willing to surrender Tripoli. So this would be a loss of piety. That city moral authority will go up. It vassalizes any lords of the Duchy of Tripoli. Even though it's just all patricians, so we'll just be, you know, the heck out of here. And plus, it'll weaken my patricians, you know. Competition, because look at the owners. Their accounts of this and that and the other. And then this other family on the other side, you know, he's the Doge of Sirte and all the other little things. They've been gaining too much power for those baronies and counties they hold. I'm gonna screw them over. So I could say, look, we fought against you many times. I am not fighting you in this war. But I'm willing to fight against Calabria and Nuremberg because, you know, the trade zone may be owned by them. But let me tell you something. Speaking of let me tell you something, I want that trade post back. And no, you cannot seize other people's trade posts in that manner. Because you're the overlord. That's stupid. But I shall lead the charge. And you're all coming with me. There. You can have Tripoli. You only vassalize the bishops. And all the cities and castles, it's all yours. So yeah, we kind of strengthened them a bit. Oh, and do not forget that they took over Sardinia. Which they'll use that as a jumping off point to get to that part of Italia now. But at least it'll get them off my back for a while. But if they try to come back to invade southern Italy, I'd be willing to fight. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Never mind. So let's finish this thing. Oh, God. I don't have much talented people. All that we're missing is Stuart. Now we got a ragtag council right now. But I'm a cavalryman and an organizer. Get in here, stupid. No, you will surrender to them. They want Amatica. That's where Republic Atheni Magare is located. He wants that area. And we're gonna give it to him. What's this? We're having some trouble with one of your petty nobles who is visiting Conversano. His behavior is unacceptable. It would be quite an understatement. I will have to take action soon. Ah, yes, we have that non-aggression pact long ago. I must show sympathy and explain. So he receives a letter expressing sympathy. Just a few months. Just a few months. Also, we have captured him imprisoned by the Duke of Pisa. So we won this defensive war, so Oh, no, no, you idiot. That's this way. Here's the reparation money that will pay to be paid to me. Sucker. Now, why on earth would I want to create a separate Republic of Crete? And plus, that makes me a vulnerable target from them up there, and then who the hell's gonna help me? Latin Empire? Speaking of Latin Empire, what are you up to? Brother? Oh yeah, you're still in that war. Oh, and you got gonorrhea. No wonder why you never had children. And old venerable Lupus will be leading the empire soon. Now we can get back to real soldiering. Who dares to touch us? Hmm? I should be spying on those who I suspect. Most particularly you, but your intrigue skill is way too high. Plenty of reasons for that. You. Here it is. For starters, my sincerest apologies. Realize I made assumptions based on lies and we're told, and I hope this incident will soon be forgotten. That's sorted then. You're the steward now. Now please let the Republic rest after all this warring. And I'll get you married soon. The question is who? Sort by age. Starting from 14 for immediate marriage. I mean, he's getting a stewardship education, but we need someone to compliment on it. Not just stewardship, but one of his weak points, which is a tendency to be either diplomacy or intrigue. Yeah, that's pretty good. No genetic traits though, but she's groomed. List of Shadow, which if they could stay faithful to her, then things will be alright. We hope. Although she's a bit wary, but she would be a great spy master. She'd be an excellent addition, and I'd be willing to pay the bride price for it. What's the status of the women of the Republic? Tributary. What else? Yeah, now I remember. Found someone better, but the daughter-in-law. Alright, Amalfi, it's marginal status of women. But we are set to increase that soon. But now women can be chancellors and stewards. Raise up a little more, then women can be marshals. I would go more for the construction. Infantry. Boy, that's high. So, welcome. Boy, you got a lot of money. The blackmailer's mad. Do you want my help? Want to be reimbursed. That's what friends are for. The Knights Templar. The new Christian military order has been founded by a small group of wealthy knights, the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, or the Knights Templar for short, are sworn to protect the pilgrims traveling through the Holy Land. The Catholic Church fully endorses the order, and this will allow pious Catholic rulers to call on their aid, though they will only fight against heretics and infidels. Non nobis nine. You know, all of this talk. Trade war, Syracuse, two churches fighting each other. When is the next crusade? Oh, it's not until another 10 years. Pays 11 to me. Republic of Crete. Currently on a defensive war, so no jihad from them anytime soon. But beware of them. I gave them Libya back because we're sick and tired of it, simply. It may have weakened our position, but not to me. Because we have the means from our domain. Including things that we improved upon. He leads the secret lives of prostitute in a brothel and even though he's a celibate and a cannibal, he is a terrible person. Migrants. Small migration. Well, hopefully they don't cause too many problems. Oh, son. You just turned 16, so you picked up temperate, and then also yeah, that diplomacy skill is your little weak point, and then but your stewardship is good enough to me. But don't worry, you are married to somebody who has a bit more diplomacy skill and intrigue skill just to make up for it. Whenever you run the Republic and all that. And plus, we better put your stewardship skill to use. But if I send him to the academy now, she's gonna get divorced immediately because he's not here. Is that the correct presumption? Well, you know, graduated from the academy earns him more prestige. If you recall. I mean, look, what he got is good, but there's always more room for higher education, despite his dull-mindedness. You may never know that he'll become, whatever that's going to be good for him. So, hope for the best. Oh dear, ran by the... Oh, Glavy, he's the headmaster. That's rather suspicious. Suspect at best. Hey, you wanna form alliance with me? Until he returns, I will name Saxo as designated heir again. Did you win, Attica? Yes, he did. Hope he defy against your liege. And if you fight an independence war, we'll find the ways to win it for you. We will intervene. Are you a member of any faction? Member of the Eagle Warriors. Oh yes, that's a warrior lodge for Tengrists. My spies recently overheard Podesta saying some rather unflattering things about the Baron. Considering that the Baron is also no love for him, might be possible to inflame a rivalry, but anyone be what? Make the attempt. We'll end the episode very soon. While I fill the courts of both the Podesta and the Baron, with rumors neither of them seem to take a debate. At best, they're irritated with each other. Thankfully, neither concluded the fact that it came from me. Curses! Gotta learn on your own. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be ending the episode on that note. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode as we will stop at this time. So we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.